Hridakashodito hyatma bodhabhanustamopara sarvavyapi sarvadhari bhati bhasayate khilam. Hridakashodito hyatma bodhabhanustamopara sarvavyapi sarvadhari bhati bhasayate khilam. Atman, the sun of knowledge, rising in the heart, destroys the darkness of ignorance, pervades and sustains all, shines and causes everything to shine. Shrudakasho dito hyatma. So the Atman, so throughout the Shastras, Atman is compared to the sun. The darkness is compared to avidya, which is ignorance. So the sun of knowledge rising in the firmament of your hearts, in the depth of your hearts, destroys the darkness of ignorance. Pervades and sustains all, shines and causes everything you shine. Again, I'm going back to the essential spiritual prerequisite we just said is to tune your head and heart. The only way you will invoke the knowledge, invoke the wisdom which destroys the darkness is to tune your head and heart. So when the head and heart are tuned in, the sun of knowledge rises and burns away the darkness of ignorance, which is the vasanas. Shines and causes everything to shine. Atman is enlivening principle, as we learn. It enlivens and it enlivens everything else to shine. It shines by itself, as we said in gold, it shines by itself. Okay, so big deal. So what? It not only shines by itself, but it also causes everything to shine. Means it enlivens everything to function. It gives life to everything. It is the life-giving principle. It pervades and sustains all. It's everywhere. It's there and everything. Sustains. Sustains means it is responsible for everything to thrive. Without the consciousness, nothing thrives, nothing sustains, nothing exists. So all of that is possible. Rajima, when is it possible to relate to all this?
When you're pure and when you're free from any of the attachments.
We're not talking of attachments here.
When your mind is pure and your intellect is sharp.
I did not use these three words in the entire 45 minutes of the class. I didn't say the word attachment, nor did I say mind is pure, nor did I say intellect is sharp. So you're using terms outside
Guruji,
the class.
No, Guruji, what I was saying is when the heart is pure. When you're...
No, see the three verses, 65, 66, and 67. What is the theme of this? Right throughout he's talking. What's the theme?
Devotion and inquiry, Guruji.
He doesn't say, we are mentioning it. He doesn't talk of devotion and inquiry. What is it? What is the theme of these past three verses? Fair enough. Think along, ma. Reddy Garu, what is the theme in the past three verses?
Pranam, Guruji.
Yes, sir. Namaskar.
The theme, as we said, that we need to eliminate all our impurities to attain Atman. So how to attain Atman is like nothing but we're talking about integrating the head and heart is a route map for us to do that.
Correct.
That is what.
So the roadmap to get to that is through integration of head and heart. And the integration of head and heart is to destroy the ignorance so that the self within shines by itself, isn't it?
Right.
So the theme is to destroy the ignorance of Vidya. So the question is, when will you be able to attune to these verses? Or it should not be empty words. No doubt you may enjoy listening to it, but thereafter it doesn't have any connect. But question is, when would you be able to connect to these?
When we sincerely practice it, or we moment by moment get connected to this, like we'll be talking about head and heart is the one, both are within ourselves. So it's not that you need to acquire and get to know. So mindfulness of utilizing these two, I think the most probably could be the closest way where we can able to think of reaching the goal.
Right. You're absolutely right. In fact, that's what even Rajima has said, purify your mind, sharpen your intellect, your head and heart. You're saying the same thing, but I would rather say that one who is in the process of destroying his ignorance through the process of acquiring this knowledge. I'm just going with the text and the language the verse uses, sir. So one who is in the process of the journey of burning that ignorance, you will exactly know what he's saying. You can actually relate to what he's saying because you are actually in the process. And how do you burn? To the process of Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. So this verses or this text will appeal to you if you are in the journey of burning your vasanas, your ignorance, through the process of which you have mentioned.
Yes.
Are you in the journey? If you're not in the journey, it will not appeal to you. But if you're in the journey, all these words actually speak volumes of what all you're doing. It's like somebody describing a place which you have visited. Let's say if I'm talking of Rome, and if you have visited Rome, and if the mere mention of it, it triggers you because you have seen, you've been there. Isn't it, sir?
Yes,
but
yes.
If I don't know, if I've not been there, if it's only intellectual, I have a vicarious knowledge of what Rome is. But since I've never visited that city, I don't have that experience. So if you are actually in this journey, all these words actually speaks volume to you because you know what it is.
Yes, good.
Now the question is, to what extent all these words you have to relate? Is it purely intellectual? Is it jignasu? Or is it actual description of the journey you have embarked in? They're giving us, as rightly said Reddy Garu, they're giving us a route. The route to the self. They're giving a roadmap. So if you are on the roadmap, you would know, oh my God, this is exactly where I'm going. This is exactly what I'm experiencing. So true. That kind of a satisfaction you get. So all it means is if you're a sadhak, it appeals to you. If you're a mere inquirer, it will not interest you beyond the text. The text ends. My sadhana also ends. But your sadhana should continue, whether the text is on or not. Okay, sir?
Thank you, Guru.